everyone, so today we're going to do Instagram questions. We get a lot of questions every week, so if you have one, please feel free to write your questions in the comment box below and we'll definitely do another video.
So question 1 is, what breeder did you get your Vizsla from? He's such a beautiful puppy.
So we got him from a breeder in Launceston in Cornwall. I'm not sure if she'll be having any more puppies, but you can always message me privately and I can pass on the info. He is very cute for sure.
To look at.
To look at.
Question 2, where is your bed from?
Well, this bed right here is from Pets at Home, but you can see there is no bottom to it left anymore because he ate it. It's a good sized bed, isn't it? But I mean, it's definitely not true proof, but it has lasted quite a while, hasn't it? We've had it for quite a few months now.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably one of the best ones we've had so far. It's comfy, isn't it? He likes it. He likes to eat it anyway.
You can always put a link in below.
Yes, we can put a link in below for sure.
In the description of the video, we can put a link for the same one. How old is he?
So he is now 21 weeks, isn't he? Just over 5 months old.
Question 4 is, what is Lord Cannon's current sleeping routine?
So he will wake up between 6 and 7. He'll have a bit of a snooze after that. Then he will have a mid-morning sleep in his crate about 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. and that will be between 1 and 1.5 hours-ish, sometimes 2 actually. And then again in the afternoon he usually sleeps from 2 till 4, and then after our next walk he will then probably have a sleep between about 5:30 and 6:30, between 45 minutes and an hour, and then it's bed 8 o'clock. We wake him up to pee at 11 and then he sleeps right through to the morning. So that's the current sleeping routine right now, which works pretty well for sure.
Yep. Question 5, tips on first walks and getting used to wearing a harness and lead.
So I think we kind of rushed a bit to get him out on walks because he had so much energy and we thought walking would be really helpful, which it has. But going back, I would spend a lot more time making the lead and the harness amazing, you know, giving a treat when you put it on each time, having him on a house lead from when you bring him home, having him on a lead in the garden when he goes out to pee.
Putting the harness on without going for walks sounds like a good idea as well, just in the house.
Exactly, we've done that, haven't we,
to
because he was getting so excited on his walk, so we've tried to bring the harness out throughout the day and then just take it off, and the lead as well. And now he's definitely a bit calmer, isn't he, with going out for a walk.
Yep.
But yeah, that would help, and practicing heel inside with and without the lead, practice in the garden, you know, make sure he's or she is, you know, is walking really well on the lead in the garden before you go outside. I would definitely, like, if we could go back, I'd definitely spend a lot more time practicing on lead in the garden for sure.
Question 6, how to stop barking around 12 weeks. Al starts to do this as soon as he doesn't get something.
So how we've dealt with the barking, if he starts barking in the house, we literally will just turn and look the other way and completely ignore him. And then when he stops, we'll turn around and carry on. But we do not give him any attention when he's barking, and that definitely seems to help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If he's excited in the garden, he's barking, like if we're playing games. I always get him in a sit position, and I have started to go shh like this, and he now stops, doesn't he, when he barks?
Yeah.
So he's sort of associated that a bit with the barking. So if he does bark and we're outside and I go shh and he stops, I give him a treat, so he knows that's a good thing. But yeah, completely ignoring the barking and not giving him anything until he stopped, for sure. That's definitely helped.
We also tried putting him in the other room, didn't we? Which sort of worked to a point. If he's going crazy barking,
yeah, if he's
too
going
much
crazy, he needs to go in the other room and calm down for a little bit.
Quiet, we let him in again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you tried leaving him at home while you both left the house? How did it go?
So because of lockdown, we really haven't got anywhere to go, to be quite honest, have we?
That's right.
So it's been quite difficult. But we have said what we might do this weekend is just all leave the house and just go for a little walk in the garden together or something. Just stay out of the way for 10 minutes. He's a lot better now being on his own. I guess the time out, giving him time out has helped, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And if, like before when we were going to the toilet, he'd just sit outside and bark. But now, like we leave him in the kitchen, shut the door, get him to the toilet, come back, and he's absolutely fine. So
It's just doing it bit by bit for short
yeah.
periods and repeating it a lot.
Exactly, that's the thing, isn't it? It's building it up slowly. And so that's what we need to do actually, for sure, is build that up, because there will be a point where he'll have to be left on his own for half an hour or so. So
Yeah.
that's something we're working on.
Did you get any growling stroke snarling with the biting?
Yes, we did. And I think when he first did it, I was super worried. I really thought that we had an aggressive dog. I was like, oh no, what have we got? What's going on? But actually, he only ever does it when he's frustrated or he's tired. And for example, if we're walking and he's got the lead on, and he will get frustrated with the lead sometimes, and he'll start trying to bite my ankles and things like that. And I literally just hold the lead to one side and totally ignore him, and he seems to calm down, and then we carry on. So,
but we've never had that sort of aggressive dog, lifted top lip, showing his teeth. Not that sort of snarling.
No.
Just noise, really.
Yeah, just noise. Yeah, he's not protective of his food or anything like that, or toys, is he?
No.
It's more in frustration or tiredness than being aggressive, for sure. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take to fully toilet train, and how did you do it?
So he was really quick with toilet training. I would say in just a couple of weeks there weren't really any accidents in the house. But what we did do is we didn't have, so for one, we didn't use puppy pads at all, and if he did have an accident in the house, we totally ignored him, didn't we? We said nothing, and if he peed on the floor, we took him out, but we never said anything. At all. Exactly, because it's not the puppy's fault. It's yours if it pees on the floor, because you're not taking it out. So, but what we did, didn't we? As soon as he woke up, as soon as he had a drink, as soon as he ate, as soon as he finished playing, basically it was every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. We took him out in the garden.
Basically sat outside all day and he didn't pee in the house at all.
So we literally took him out constantly for the first sort of week, two weeks, I'd say, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
We made sure we took him out all the time. And every time he went to a toilet outside, it was, yay, good pee-pee, well done. We made a big fuss of him, and it definitely worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
He was so good, and he still is now. He's never peed in his crate. God, he hasn't had an accident for a couple of months. Stop eating it. Lead.
Yeah, he'd never ever peed or pooped in his crate or bed, or it's just sort of, he's wandered around and we've thought, wonder if he needs to pee, and then he's peed. So now it's up to us to make sure he's out often enough. But he's started in the last few days putting his paw up at the window and sort of doing a sort of scratch motion when he wants to go out. So hopefully that'll make things even easier.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he can hold it for a lot longer now, can't he? But at the beginning, we literally took him out all the time, gave him lots of praise, ignored it if it happened in the house, and no puppy pads, and it really worked very quickly.
How to stop biting and chewing?
So, I guess it's a bit different now, but when he was a young puppy, if he was sort of nipping, it wasn't sort of a big deal, we would just ignore it and give him a bit of a toy. But when it got quite bad, luckily we had a playpen, didn't we? And we put him in there, and he'd sort of chill out a little bit, we'd give him a treat or something. And then when he calmed down, we brought him back out again. So having a playpen really, really helped, for sure. Now, if he tries to bite, it's no. And he'll stop when he's really good now. Unless he gets excited. He gets a bit bitey, doesn't he? But
it's like anything else. It's not because he doesn't stop it 2 days after you start trying to correct it that it's not going to work. It's slow.
Yeah,
Lots
absolutely.
of things are a slow process.
Yeah.
So just consistency is the probably the most important word of the whole everything we've learned.
absolutely, yeah.
At
And
5, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go back. And was it chewing too?
Yes.
Yeah. So chew. So we just had lots of chew toys, like a split deer antler. That he absolutely loved, didn't he? And he chewed that all the time. I think he had the Nyla bones as well when he was younger to chew on.
He's now got stinky.
He's got stinky buffalo ear.
Buffalo ears.
But yeah, loads of things to chew really. Things that are cold as well. We put some of his toys in the freezer. So he always had something positive to chew, even though he just chewed a few things around the house.
I was going to
well.
say,
But,
he also likes the old dining chair.
Yeah, I likes the old dining
table.
chair. Yeah. But
not so much anymore.
no. But yeah, it's just keeping them entertained, I think, when they're so young, isn't it? Giving them distractions.
So this next one is, at 5 months, how far can you walk on a loose lead, Lord Cannon?
Well, if there is no distractions, i.e. dog, horse, person, car, train, leaf,
Wind, sky,
basically,
bird.
he's absolutely fine. We probably walk from here to the end of our street, which is probably 5-7 minutes, and then we're sort of along coastal path, so it doesn't matter so much then. So yeah, 5 to sort of 7 minutes, twice on the walk there and back. Yeah, I would say, as long as there isn't any distractions, we're absolutely fine. If there is, it takes slightly longer and it's not so fantastic. But yeah, we're sort of getting there a bit with that.
Mm-hmm. I presume this is directed to Cannon, not us. Have you been swimming?
Oh, have you been swimming? Not yet, but we do have a small pool in the garden, so when it stops raining, if that ever happens, we are going to put it on, heat it up, and we're going to get him out there. So hopefully in the next few weeks, he'll be swimming, and I'm sure...
He's been in the sea, hasn't he? But just
yeah,
not deep.
Yeah, and he loves the bath. Oh my God, doesn't he? So I think he will absolutely love swimming. And I think it'd be good for him as well to wear him out. So, yeah, hopefully we'll find that answer out.
A video of the bath.
Yes, we did, yeah.
You should link that as well below.
Yeah.
What is your favourite special treat reward food?
Pretty much everything, but his absolute favourite is cooked chicken, I would say, isn't it? But he loves his buffalo ears. What else does he like? Oh, he loves a bit of broccoli, doesn't he, and carrot?
Yep.
He really likes that too.
Veggies.
Mashed potato, he really likes too.
But chicken's the winner.
Yeah, I think chicken's his absolute favourite for sure. But he would eat absolutely anything if he could.
Talking of favourites, what's your favourite toy just now?
Ooh, favourite toy. What is his favourite toy? He absolutely loves the Kong bears, but he does have a tendency to pull them apart. But they probably are his favourite, aren't they, the Kong bears?
Yeah, he doesn't really have a favourite anything, does he? Just sort of, he does like them, but
yeah,
he's not sort of. Maybe when he gets older, but it's not like one toy that he's going to walk around with and hold in his mouth.
Yeah, he hasn't got one particular one, but generally I would say Kong bears are probably his favourite to play with. I guess in the ball we're trying to really encourage that at the moment, and in the garden, so he's enjoying that right now too. Uh-oh.
This next one's going to be funny.
Oh.
Did you choose him from his litter? Was he more rambunctious than his siblings?
Well, he was the last one.
So I was going to say, so I had a dog when I was a kid, and the lady who gave him to us said that he was the last one to go to sleep and the first one to wake up, and he was a nightmare, and very charismatic, but a nightmare, and would eat the inside of the car if he saw a cat, and learned loads of tricks, but he was an absolute nightmare, very headstrong. And when we went to get Cannon, he did she say he was? Yeah, she did say he was the last one to go to sleep and the first one to get up, and I sort of thought, oh my God. But then we had the choice between two, didn't we? And we sort of felt more of a connection with him. And
yeah, well, the reason was, I think, is because it wasn't lockdown, but we couldn't go inside the house, so we were sort of sat at the doorway, and there were puppies were sort of in the hall. And he was the only one that kept trying to escape out the door, didn't he? It must have been like 50 times.
Yeah,
oh my
kept
God,
turning
he kept turning
round
around. We had to turn him round. He kept going back, so we should have known that he was full of mischief at the time. So yeah, he was a monkey when we first viewed him for sure. And that was what, at 6 weeks?
And now
4
he's a
weeks?
Yeah. He's handy.
4 weeks?
Yeah, but still he's pig-headed and he's got his character.
Yeah, he has, yeah. For sure.
That's the story of...
That's
the
the
trouble
story
is, it's so difficult to get hold of a puppy when you want one, that waiting to find someone else with the next litter and get the first choice of the most calm one didn't seem to be...
we couldn't...
Should have done.
Yeah, but we couldn't find any, could we, that the whole litter was there and we could choose.
No.
Yeah, sure.
The next question is, what made you choose to get a Vizsla? I'll let you answer that one for sure.
So, I think the main reason why we wanted a Vizsla, because they have quite a lot of energy. And I'm a personal trainer, we both like running, we both like walking. And we wanted a dog that could run and walk with us, you know, quite far, and a Vizsla sort of fitted that category. And we sort of researched the Vizsla a lot, didn't we? And we sort of knew that they were, you know, good at being trained. They looked fantastic as well. And
we knew a couple of the negatives as well, like Velcro dogs was a common phrase, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think the main reason was of their energy, because we didn't want a dog that would just sit around all day, and we didn't want a small dog, did we?
No.
We wanted something quite big too. So Vizsla definitely fitted the bill, ticked all the boxes for sure. For sure.
How did you get him to wear his coat? We keep trying and she hates it, but she gets so cold.
So I think the best thing that we did is taught him to sit, taught him paw, and taught him down and to stand, because even though they look like they're for show, those things, they are so important with everything that we do. So if we want to get his coat on, we tell him to sit. I get his coat over his head and I usually give him a little treat, and then I ask him for his paw, then I put his paw through the front of the coat and the other paw through the front, and then and leave it also is really helpful. And then I ask him to stand, I'll put a treat on the floor right in front of him and I'll say wait, leave it, then I can zip his coat up, and then I say let's go, and then he can have his treat. So that's what makes it easier for sure, is being able to give him those commands, because otherwise he'd just be running all over the place. So it's just really getting...
sort of plaque him to the floor and force it over his head.
Exactly. So it's really them knowing those commands and using them, for sure. And that's what's really helped us. Because before it was a bit of a nightmare to get his coat on, for sure.
It was, yeah. And the longer it takes to get his coat on and his harness on, then the more frustrated he gets.
God.
And the louder he gets, and the more he runs around, and the more he barks. And it's just best to get everything ready first, then throw everything on him with a load of treats, and then you're out the door, rather than spending an hour going backwards and forwards. And
and being exhausted before you even leave the house, for sure. So yeah, that's definitely helped, using those commands to get his coat on.
Last question was, does he like swimming? But we sort of answered that.
Yeah, we sort of answered that. So yeah, hopefully in the next few weeks.
Definitely likes the water.
Yeah, for sure. God, he was rolling around in puddles this morning. So yeah, hopefully that's answered all the questions, but please feel free to put any questions below in the comments and we'll totally do another video. Of course, we are not dog experts. We are just telling you
Far from it.
what we've learned from Lord Cannon. So if you've got any major problems, go and see a dog trainer. But I hope you enjoyed the questions, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.